brings the deficit down at 22,336,122.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Also included are the claim payments reports, all claims payments that were made through June on the general liability account. Total claims paid of $853,094. Those affecting prior years that are part of the audit are the deficit of $820,689. On the workers' comp qual care system, June claim payments of $208,892. Those attributable to prior years of $119,954. In addition to that, I included the general new claims reported, claims we closed, as well as pending claims pending subrogation. Well, that's all I have, Chair. You're muted.
Anyone have any further questions or comments? Okay, is there anybody here to do the, Patty, will you be doing the managed care report?
No, Patty's a risk manager.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I
Yeah.
apologize. So we have no report
I
then.
don't see anybody. Donna texted me before the meeting and then I shot her something back asking if anybody was sitting in for her. I do not see her on the call.
Okay.
But if you want, Chair, she did submit her report, claims in June. Number of bills, 101. Total charges of 138,983. Those approved of 47,363. Savings of 91,620, or 66% of savings. And year to date of 2,288,854 in total charges. Approved payments of 682,242.70.
Okay, thank you. Finance report, we don't have a finance report.
Mr. Monzo is on vacation. He said he would wrap it up and circulate it when he gets back on Monday.
Okay. And then next we have safety and loss control.
Mr. Gote is here, I believe, to give everybody an update as to what's going on. His report was included in the packets.
Good afternoon, everyone. All the right to know surveys were conducted in a timely manner. We're in the process of distributing the various books related to the right to know to all the clients, to all the JIF clients. The one thing that I would like to stress to all clients is the issue of the heat stress potential for injury. This is something that PIASH and OSHA are taking very seriously. Actually, there's significant discussion about coming up with a potential standard for heat stress, even for small businesses. The number of accidents that they're getting as a result of the current heat wave around the nation is pretty significant. A lot of people are succumbing to the heat, and it's leading to a lot of problems. One of the things that they're encouraging everyone is to take a look at the emergency plans that you should have in place should some employee working outside succumb to some heat stress. People should know what to do and who to call and how to address the potential issues. We did include with this month's report some information, some of the latest information that they've printed on heat stress. I encourage you to distribute that, especially to people who are doing confined space entry and working in DPW out in the field, because it is becoming, it is a problem. It's not becoming a problem. It is a problem, and how people are having to deal with this significant issue. It's not something that you should take lightly. There have been a significant number of fatalities as a result of this. So, does anyone have any questions? That concludes my report.
Thank you. Old business?
Yeah, Chair, just as a follow-up, we had, in discussing with our state rep, who's also on vacation, who wasn't on a call, with respects to one of the recommendations from the audit, with respects to looking into software, finance software packages. We did a little research, and based on a recommendation from him, as well as who the Mel and Mel affiliated JIFs are using, I instructed Joe to look at two software programs, sageweb.com and Origami Risk, which are both cloud-based. So I hope to get a answer from him as to his results, but we are pursuing looking at alternative software programs to merge not only the admin financial data as well as all the claim data. My understanding, the one program was actually designed out of a claim system, so it should be able to do the merger. But once I get that feedback back from Joe, I'll let everybody know.
Okay. A new business?
The only other new business I have chaired, I had a discussion with the property underwriters looking at the existing program in 2023 and what recommendations they might have, as well as how they feel the market is looking moving forward. Two items, as you all are aware, the number one concern of theirs is water damage claims, which is of no surprise given the amount of downfalls we've had in recent weeks. But they had a recommendation with respects to possibly doing a survey that would employ putting in water sensors into certain locations that would trigger an alarm, and hopefully get ahead of the game and possibly mediate any water damage claims. Their other recommendation was looking into doing property appraisals. The JIF itself has not done a formal appraisals on members in probably the last 6 or 8 years. We've been going usually with a standard industry standard adjustment to appraisal values. However, post-pandemic, construction costs have gone up significantly. So it may be something we might want to look at as a group going forward in getting a formal appraisal done on key properties. So something I'll circulate and see if there's interest out there with respects to who can do them, as well as what the pricing of that might be. Other than that, it's early. He did, indicate a lot of his renewals post July 1 are looking at anywhere from 10 to 15% renewal rates for 2024, but we haven't nailed anything down yet. So.
Through the chair, question.
Go ahead.
I hear some keywords here like appraisal, increase, etc. And I think we would be smart to know the real value of our properties and really scale the liability accordingly. I know from my own perspective, I'm always looking for ways that if there is flooding, how do we protect ourselves? Or do we have all the right equipment in place? Are there new technologies? So I would hope that as we move through this process, there could be recommendations as to how, if there's a way to harden these structures from floods, that those things would come through as well, which may help to mitigate any type of increased liability.
Chairman Drulis, in discussing with them, they actually have a facility in in Bridgewater that I told him, once I got more information on it, that has actual sample programs and safeguards that, I was said, these guys might be interested in coming up and looking at what you're doing. Bridgewater's not that far of a haul. But they set up, rooms with, pump houses and that type of stuff, and how to mitigate and how to safeguard against possible water damage claims, where water's coming in and that kind of stuff, as well as all other risks, so related to that. But I agree.
I'd be interested. Thank you.
You're welcome. On the property side, we are covered on a blanket basis for up to 200 million, but the carrier would like to make sure the values they're covering are in the ballpark. So I would definitely recommend pursuing that going forward.
Glenn, on that subject, the issue of insurance comes down to what's likely to happen if there's a flood, and can you take preventative measures in anticipation of a flood to prevent damage? And one of the things I think we should talk to the carriers about is, if a municipality expends money to install flood prevention measures, to what extent will that be reflected in reduced premiums, so that the municipality can then do a calculation of the expense side for an installation of the preventive measures versus the savings on the other side? It may be that it would become that the incentive to install the flood prevention measures just based upon that saving would be significant.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Well said, Leon. Thank you.
Glenn, I like to piggyback on that because I certainly worked with FEMA, and we outfitted one of our garages that had an episode during Ida with their recommendations. So we invested that money. And last week we had 1.5 inches of rain in a matter of a few minutes. So I don't know how far this discussion is going to go, but I'm certainly be interested in participating in any discussions with any companies that are willing to do the appraisals or looking to preventative measures for flooding issues. Excuse me.
Okay, thank you. I'll reach out and see if we can't set up a conference call with the underwriter, and then possibly a visit to their facility.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you. Next we have audience comments. Anyone from the audience care to?
Hello,
make a
Charlie
comment?
Cradaville here, New Brunswick,
Charlie.
New Brunswick Today. I recognized.
Yes, Charlie.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I apologize. I was a little bit late, so I did miss something, and I just want to clarify. I heard some good questions and answers about the amount of the deficit, and I just wanted to understand what it is now and what has succeeded in bringing it down. Is it mostly just the collections from the former members?
The reduction in the deficit was twofold, Charlie. One was as a result of the 2021 audit that we just received, that reduced the deficit as a result of claim experience that made an adjustment to the IBNR numbers. And the other section, or the other part, was due to collections. So it was twofold.
Glad to see that moving in the right direction. I did also want to just follow up on the case that I always ask about, the New Brunswick Councilman. Is there any update on that case?
Charlie, Scott, I think the answer is no. There's been no change. The fund has not paid anything more. and it remains in the same status it was last month.
Thank you for that. And yeah, I guess just a final note is, with the climate crisis, we are seeing, a lot more extreme storms. Obviously, just I think we're still under a state of emergency for the recent thunderstorms, and I know New Brunswick experienced some flooding here, and I did see a claim from the parking authority. So just moving forward, I hope that we can turn things around as a society and do something about these really dangerous threats to our community. So, one good thing we can all do is stop building fossil fuel power plants and stop, making the damage worse. Because we know now, we have the information to know this leads to more extreme storms. It leads to more extreme hot days like today. And I appreciate the update on what's being done to address those issues from your perspective, but we can all do something to stop this negative trend, and important. So that's all I wanted to say today, and sorry I was late. Have a good one.
Thank you. Anyone else from the audience care to make a comment? Okay, moving on to the bill list.
Yeah, Chair, per our discussion earlier, there was one adjustment for Mr. Monzo. You incorrectly put a 3 where it should have been 2,000.
Okay, can I get a motion and a second to approve the bill list with the amendment of changing JP Monzo's amount from 3,000 to 2,000?
Motion, Michael. I'll defer second, Michael.
Okay.
Joe, then motion. Frank Bellino,
Yes.
Joe Zanga,
Yes.
Harry Delgado,
Yes.
Ricardo Lanos,
Yes.
Michael Drulis,
Yes.
Jeanette Larison.
Yes. Okay, and then next I'll be looking for a motion to go into closed session.
A move.
Motion. A second, Joe.
Frank Bellino,
Yes.
Joe Zanga,
Yes.
Harry Delgado,
Yes.
Ricardo Lanos,
Yes.
Michael Drulis,
Yes.
Jeanette Larison.
Yes. So
Glenn, would you like me to drop out or stay for your closed session?
I don't think there's anything too heavy, Jim, that you need to hang around for.
Okay, well, I wish everyone a good month. Take care.
thanks, you too.
Hello, everyone. Just wanted to see if you're coming back with anything other than the usual.
Are we looking to be taking any other action besides approving the claims?
I don't think so, Madam Chairwoman.
Okay, Charlie, so that would be no.
Then, thank you. I'll hop off on both my accounts here. Good one.
Thank you.